chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora for a while.
Welcome, folks, again to A Chat with Glendora. And this is program number 14,214. And it is the day after Easter. And I have been waiting a long time for this interview with Miss Judy McMahon, who has a grand program in the Broom Library in Binghamton, New York. Judy, I want to hear about this program that everybody is talking about.
Well, it's called The Hungry Ear. And it's supposed to be the model for all those people out there who like to listen to stories.
Oh, good.
I got the idea for it, Glendora, because I used to listen on my radio all the time to a wonderful program called Selected Shorts, which is coming from New York City, where they had all those great actors coming in and reading stories. And so I said to myself one day, gee, we have a lot of good actors in Binghamton, and I like stories. I'll bet you we could do a show like that.
Good for you.
And that's how I got the idea.
What year was that, Judy?
2007. So I'm a slow worker. I can't I cannot touch your reign of what you do, honey. But I think in the long run here, I've been doing this, for 2,200. What did I say? Since 2007. And I'll tell you how that started. Almost into a calamity.
Well, tell us.
Itself. I don't know. I asked them to send you some pictures of the library. Did you get any?
Yes, we did, honey.
Oh, okay. Well, you'll see that it's a relatively new building. And in 2007, they had just finished putting in a beautiful garden.
Oh, wow.
And to celebrate that event, they were looking for outside things that people could enjoy. And somehow or other, I was doing some acting at the time, or in and around Binghamton, so that they knew that I had something to offer, perhaps. So they came to me and they said, we know that you can do maybe a little skit or something like that for us outside while the garden is being celebrated. And I said, well, I would really love to do that. How about if we read a story? And she said, well, that sounds very nice. So we put together a couple of little stories, and I said, I'm going to write a proposal to the library to see if I can really put this on a regular basis. I think it would really be interesting.
Sure.
Well, I did that, and they accepted it. So we started. We started on the same time frame that we do now. It's the first Monday of every month, except for a couple of months in the winter.
Oh, really?
And so I started it, and just a few people were coming. About 2 months, 3 months, have had a handful of people, and they were thinking of kicking me out. So what I did was I called every single friend I could think of. I said, get your, you-know-what, back to the next reading so that we can stay with this program.
Atta girl.
My friends came, and we were able to continue until today.
Yes, it's self-sustaining today, all right. They told me you had 35 last Monday night.
Yeah. And, they come back month after month. It's wonderful. Every once in a while we'll have somebody new, but we have certainly a base that I can depend upon.
Yes.
And what we do is we meet in the big room. We don't use any microphones. We have a lectern, and that's about it. It's very simple. The
tell me how you introduce the story, honey.
Well, of course, I sent some emails out so that I have a list of people. You know, they always like to know a little bit ahead of time what they're going to be listening to. But I open it with a thank you, and I want to know if there's any new people out there, if they're here for the first time.
That's a good idea.
And that I introduce the first story, and I like to tell a little bit about the author of the story. So that's really how I begin. And then my actors are ready. They've been rehearsing, and they rehearse. I give them the script, and it's all up to them. They rehearse, they prepare, and then it's when it's time for them to get to the lectern, they're there. And that's really the way we handle the...
So that's a good thing. You are an actress, and you are a director.
Yes, yes.
I'm going to show you a picture. If I got it upside down, maybe?
It's sideways, actually.
Okay.
Now it's upside down.
Okay, isn't this nice?
No, I said it's upside down.
It's upside down.
There you go. Now you got it right.
Probably better than to show the upside down.
There you go. Now the pictures.
Thank you. Go ahead, Judy.
Okay, like for instance, a week from today is when we do our April program. And because of the snow and some of the cold stuff, we missed on February and March. And sometimes I do have a theme going. And usually in March, I like to read Irish stories.
Oh, okay.
But we could not do that this last March. We had to cancel. So in April, we're reading Irish stories. And we're going to read one by, got it in front of me here, one by an author by the name of Ian Wilde, who I'm not that familiar with, but it's a story that's one of my favorites in that genre. It's called 10 Pint Ted.
Now, Judy, tell us how you go about doing it. What did the people see as they sit in your audience? What did they see?
They see, as I told you, it's a large room, and they see nobody else but besides the audience, a lectern and the speaker, and I go to the side and I sit down and we all listen to the reader. It's very simple. Once in a while we have props as well. And we have one reader, one of my favorite readers. His name is Andy Horowitz. He's very inventive, and he also is a bit of a gymnast. So he comes up with some very funny stuff when I have him read. So, for instance, there was a comic story about a fellow who was courting a girl, and he didn't think that he was worthy of her. This beautiful woman, she's not going to pay any attention to me. So the story quickly is about, she finds out that he has a special thing that he does at parties, and he pretends that he's a rooster. And everybody thinks that's terrific. And he thinks it's just dumb, and he hopes that she never finds out about what this silly thing is that he does all the time. So she confronts him finally. She says, "Would you be that rooster for me?" And he's absolutely dumbfounded, but okay, I guess I could do that. Well, Andy, his ideas of things that stop. You know those old-fashioned feather dusters?
No, go ahead.
There's a bunch of feathers on a wooden stick, and that's what years ago, and even still today, they use that to dust. And it's just that. It's just a bunch of feathers. However, the feathers look just like birds. They're like brownish. And he thought, that kind of looks enough like a kind of rooster fan chicken thing. So he sticks it, where, and he bounces around the room, and he does this routine for her, and she falls in love. So I mean, that's
Yeah.
of things can't be done. So,
Well, you know, Judy, it's the rooster crows, but it's the hen who lays the egg.
that's absolutely right.
Judy, did tell me some of the nice things that people have said about your program.
Oh gosh, honey. Well,
have they said that?
I got a couple of notices in the paper
Oh, you did?
that unfortunately we don't have that kind of reporting anymore. You know,
No, you're right.
really trouble.
Sure. Anyway, can you remember any nice thing people said about your program?
Well, let me see. I think I still keep that one thing. I'm walking now into my library and hoping I can find that. But mostly, I think somebody just recently, after the last program, she came up to me and said, "Thank you for doing this. We just love to come."
Oh, sure.
You know, but let me see if I have that article.
Well, one thing I can say about it is that the Broome County Library, dear Laura Haynes, picked you out of all the other things they offer, and she never picked anybody else. She picked you out first, and that was it.
Well, that was very nice of her, and I told her that I really appreciated it. Let's see where I can do this. Well, it's a column by a young couple, and it was about the things to do in Binghamton.
Oh,
They mentioned going to have dinner somewhere in the restaurant on a Monday night, and then go over to the library and listen to the Hungry Ear.
oh, good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Good. Am I right here, Amy?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's about it. And you know, people still come up to me and say, "Oh, I enjoyed such and such and whatnot," and you know, it makes me feel good. And I think they enjoy it. Yet the thing that I have to be careful about, because we have an hour. This program really is from 5:30 to 6:30, so it's only an hour, and they come from all over the Binghamton area to come to the library for that 1 hour.
Yes.
So
Yes, that in itself speaks for it.
sometimes we run over, but what one of my things that I have to do is make sure that I get the 2 stories within that hour. So many of the stories that I wish I could do, but it just takes too long.
Judy, what was one of your favorite stories, and tell me how it went?
Well, this was a classic by what's this, a Frenchman? I forget his name. It's called Necklace. It's a classic. And it's all Guy de Maupassant. That's what Guy de Maupassant. It's set in late 18th, early 19th century. And this woman is working for a very wealthy person, and her husband gets promoted. The maid gets promoted. Maid's husband gets promoted, and they're having a grand ball celebrate the new people who've been elected to whatever the steps were for the community, and so she has to find something to wear, and she's just a poor lady who's a maid, and she doesn't have anything. But he asks the woman that she works for, this wealthy woman,
Wait.
to borrow something.
Woo.
And so the wealthy lady is very nice to her and presents her with a beautiful diamond necklace.
Woo.
Wear that, and you will just be the hit of the whole place. And so the woman puts it on, and she wears it. She buys an expensive dress as much as she can afford, and her husband, he's thrilled. He, walks in with her, and she's just sparkling all over, and they have a wonderful time. Except that on their way home, she loses the necklace,
Oh.
and she can't find it anywhere.
Oh.
where they could put money away until they could buy a necklace like this.
Oh.
And it goes on for years. And they become destitute. And finally they have enough money to buy a similar necklace.
Wow.
And so she's walking along with this necklace, and she's going to give to the lady, and the lady happens to be on the street as well. And she says, "Oh, Marina, we really are so happy to see you. It's been so long." And Marina says, "I just feel terrible, but it's been a while since I've seen you because I lost your necklace, and I had to buy another one. And here it is, and I'm terribly sorry it took so long to get it back to you." And the woman said, "Oh, my dear, this is just a cheap imitation."
Oh.
And the woman is devastated because it ruined her life and her husband's life just because of that necklace.
Oh,
So that's one of the classic types that we do.
oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. And that's where it ended, honey?
That's where it ends.
Oh.
That's why I try to get a one that's rather serious, and then one that has some comedy in it and some laughs. And I'm trying to, well, this, of course, the chicken thing was hilarious.
No,
But other
no.
things that,
Tell the people now who are on Spectrum Charter, the old Time Warner TV system, tell them now what time your program is at the library.
it's from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m.
And you can just walk in free and you don't have to pay for this great program.
That's right. I guess that's one of the reasons why I have so many people come. It's free. But,
Well, good for you, Broome County Public Library.
yeah, I'm hoping to continue for as long as I can.
Now, Amy, did you come across any questions in your mind that you would like to ask?
No.
Do any youngsters participate? Any people under 15 or?
Well, not as yet, but that's not a bad idea. I guess I haven't come across any stories that would be appropriate.
Uh-huh.
If a kid read something, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very good. Very, very good. And how many years now? 2007 until 9, dear?
This is the 16th year.
Yeah. Boy, that speaks for it right there. The longevity, the perpetuity.
Yeah. So,
Now, Amy, how many minutes have we gone?
18 minutes and 12 seconds.
Dear Judy McMahon,
yes, ma'am.
you have about 6 minutes. So go ahead and tell us the things that you want us to know most.
Well, I'll tell you something else. I have another little program going.
Oh,
I have Southern Tier Actors Read, which is STAR.
say it again, dear.
That program, it's a reader's theater.
Say it again, honey. Southern Tier.
What we do there is every once in a while, well, let me put it this way. Every month, just like the Hungry Ear, every month we meet at my apartment, and a bunch of actors, and we read a play amongst ourselves, just to read plays and experience something that we might sometimes want to bring out to the public. So this started in 2010, and since that time, we've probably put out close to, maybe 75 or 80 productions of plays that
Wow.
we read to the audience.
Wow.
But there's almost no set. Again, it's very simple. The actors hold scripts, but
Yeah.
they do give dramatic performances of whatever we're doing. And so that kept us busy too.
Well, let me just point out one thing here. You do this just for love of helping others. You don't do it for money.
No, I don't at all. We have a treasury for STAR, and we do have an admission still like it was back in the day.
Yeah.
And so we split the box office between the two of us, and they get their money, and then I put my money back into our production.
Yeah.
It works out. It works out. Yeah. We just finished doing a play called The Memorandum by Václav Havel, who was a Czechoslovak playwright. And it was very funny. It's about a company that's trying to get efficiency, and they think that the way to do it is to learn a new language. So all of us have to start learning Monopoly. That's they have to study to be able to speak Monopoly. So it's very funny.
Did you hear about the Czechoslovakian trampoline team, honey? They call themselves the Bouncing Czechs.
I was waiting for one of your jokes.
Yeah, we need it. Amy, tell me how many more minutes, dear?
We're at 21 minutes, so we got 7 minutes left.
7, honey?
No, wait. 21. Yeah, 27.
Well, it doesn't quite add up, Janie, but I'll take it. Hey, Google, a timer, please, for 5 minutes.
Sure, 5 minutes.
Thank you,
Starting
Google.
now.
Thank you, Google. Now go ahead, honey. Full speed ahead. Go ahead, dear Judy.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
Nothing's playing right now.
Hey, Google, stop. Stop.
All right.
You're being
cancel.
upstaged by Google, Judy.
well, listen. I can't complain.
Yeah, go ahead, honey. I'm sorry about that. Go forward.
Let's see what we got. Well, I can give you.
Well, what's next week, honey? What's next month, I mean?
Our two ones are for my friend, is a wonderful actor, Chris Nickerson, is going to read 10 Piped Head, which is about a young man and his father and the difficulties that he has with his father. He becomes a ventriloquist. And he uses, like the old thing that we used to listen to on the radio, honey, about the guy who had he would talk to his puppet. What was the name of that program?
Charlie McCarthy
Yeah, Charlie McCarthy.
and Edgar Bergen.
That's right. And so this young man decides to become a puppeteer and a ventriloquist. And that's one story.
Oh, that's good.
And it's an Irish story written by an Irishman. And then the second one is called, it's another Irish one. It's from an anthology all about an Irish family called the Brown family.
Yeah.
And it's about a little girl, 10 years old, who goes to this Catholic school where the nuns are. And she comes home one day and she's got her hair cut short and she's got kind of a bruise on her face.
Ooh.
And so she got in trouble with the nun.
Ooh.
So the mother, this is Agnes Brown, you don't mess with her. She marches on down to the school with a cucumber in her hand, and she asks the nun, "What did you do to my daughter?" And the nun says, "Well, I had to teach her something about how to behave." And so she gets clobbered with the cucumber from the mother.
Ooh.
And it's very funny, very funny. It doesn't sound like it's funny, but it is very funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
I have a joke about a nun. Would you like that?
No, I went to school with the nuns.
Oh, you did? Yeah. A nun was asked by a little girl, "Why do you always wear the same clothes every day?" And the nun said, "It's a habit."
I think I'll use this subtitle or other. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, I went to Catholic schools, out in Chicago. That's where I'm from.
Where?
I'm from Chicago.
Oh, okay. All righty. Now, you must have a very good repertoire to come up with a new program 12 times a year over all these years.
Yes, I do. I have a whole library of short stories. But sometimes I to repeat. The ones that the audience seems to really go for, I will bring them back from time to time.
Well, Judy, a very popular program these days is storytelling. Does your contribution differ from storytelling, or is it a different kind of storytelling?
I think it's about as true to the idea as it can be, really, because we keep it very simple, and the emphasis is on story, So.
You know, Judy, at the Troy, New York Music Hall, we're right out in the New York State Capitol District, they had 5 storytellers Sunday night. It was sold out.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm familiar with that. I had a friend who was up from upstate that way, and I had the pleasure, because we were on a tour of that theater, I had the pleasure of standing on that stage and whispering to find out what kind of acute tricks they were.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's one of the best in the world.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad that they're doing that.
Now tell me how things are in Broome County and Binghamton. How's everything down there?
Well, we aren't what we used to be. In the old days, with a lot more actual makings of things here. We were the place where IBM grew.
Yes. Oh, yes, you were famous for IBM.
At one time, had the largest shoe manufacturing place in the world.
What was that one, honey?
That was the EJ Shoes Company, Endicott Johnson Shoes. And we supplied all the boots for World War II. And then there was Ansco Camera, the beginning of a certain type of camera. So there's a lot going on, and there still is for the...
Well, I remember you famous for Pyrex, honey. Pyrex.
For what?
Pyrex. Pyrex.
Pyrex. Yes, right.
Yeah.
And but for the small community that we are, we have an opera company, we have 3 orchestras, we have 1, 2, 3 choral organizations, and
good for you.
several theaters. It's a very cultural place.
And how small a community are you? You keep...
Well, in Binghamton itself, we're probably up to maybe 40,000.
A chat with Glendora, a show for living right. A chat with Glendora makes your day so bright. Words of inspiration, jokes to make you smile. Come relax and chat with Glendora.